On the 26th of April every year, the world remembers a nuclear disaster. A nuclear reactor in Chernobyl exploded and released radioactive radiation to the environment. This event led to the world's worst nuclear disaster. Do you know why this accident happened? At the end of this lesson, you should be able to describe the correct way of handling radioactive substances and radioactive waste, explain the need for proper handling of radioactive substances and radioactive waste. Observe the pictures above. These pictures are taken after a nuclear accident. Why did this accident happen? This accident happened due to the improper handling of radioactive substances. How could we prevent this accident from happening again? This accident could be prevented if the radioactive substances are handled properly. Let us learn more about it. Observe the pictures above. These are radioactive symbols. Radioactive symbols are displayed to warn people and let them take precautions when there are radioactive substances nearby. Therefore, we should avoid these places. We could only go into these places or handle radioactive substances if we are properly protected. Observe the picture above. In research laboratory, the dangerous radioactive substances are handled using robotic hands in airtight chambers. By using robotic hands, we are not exposed to the radioactive radiation. Therefore, we could minimize the effect of radiation on our body. Observe the video. In less dangerous situation, forceps should be used when handling radioactive substances. Radioactive substances used in hospitals and laboratories are stored in cylindrical lead container and are picked using forceps. The radioactive substances should not be placed too close to the body. Observe the video. The video shows a worker placing some radioactive substances in the concrete chamber. Why is he doing that? Radiation from the radioactive substances can cause harm to us if exposed. Most of the radiation can be stopped by using a concrete block. Therefore, radioactive substances are placed in concrete chamber. Sometimes radioactive substances are kept in lead container as well. Observe the video above. Workers who handle radioactive substances must wear appropriate clothing. They need to wear special protective clothing and gloves to protect them from radiation. They also need to wear a dosimeter. Dosimeters should be worn by all workers when handling radioactive substances in order to measure the radiation exposed on them. Match the statements correctly. Click the check button to check your answer.
Your answer is correct.
Click on the correct answer. The least dangerous radiation when exposed to human cell is A. X-ray, B. Beta radiation, C. Alpha radiation, D. Gamma radiation.
Your answer is correct.
Which of the following shows the proper way of handling radioactive materials in the hospital laboratory? A. Use the fingers to pick the substance. B. Use robotic hands in the airtight chambers. C. Use forceps when handling the substance. D. Wear lead vest clothing when handling radioactive materials.
Your answer is correct.
Which of the following are proper ways to dispose radioactive waste? 1. Burn it. 2. Kept in a concrete chamber. 3. Kept in a lead container.
Your answer is correct.
Dosimeter must be worn by all workers in order to A. Measure their stress level. B. Measure the type of radiation. C. Measure radiation exposed on the workers. D. Indicate their working performance.
That's not right. Please try again. Your answer is correct.
Why illegal dumping of radioactive waste is dangerous? A. It will give out bad odor. B. It will pollute the environment. C. It will produce new organisms. D. It will produce dangerous radiation that will affect living things.
Your answer is correct.
In this lesson, we learnt about the proper handling of radioactive substances and waste. Need for proper handling of radioactive waste. Pictures show the various ways of handling radioactive substances. Robotic hands in airtight chambers. Concrete chambers. Lead container. Special clothing. Radioactive symbols. At one time, our wristwatch dials and numbers were painted by hand with paint containing radium. This was done because radium would glow in the dark and we can tell the time in the dark. Workers sometimes use their lips to make the brush fine so that they can write clearly with the numbers. Small amount of radioactive radium are ingested and incorporated in the bones. This led to numerous cases of bone fracture and jaw cancer.